The Age of Imperialism, Muslim Lands, Vodcast 3. The aims or objectives of this vodcast are to analyze how geopolitics play a role in the interest of Muslim lands and to analyze the importance of the Suez Canal. So why the Muslim lands? World powers were attracted to the lands of the Middle East for geopolitical reasons. Geopolitics is an interest in or taking of land for a strategic location. These areas provided access to the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean trade routes. Discovery of oil around 1900 in Persia also made this area very attractive. The oil was valuable to help with the machines of the Industrial Revolution. Two of the major countries that had interest in the Muslim lands for geopolitical reasons were Britain and Russia. Russia had an interest in the area for a warm water port and, of course, the trade routes. Britain had an interest in the area for the oil needed for their machines of the Industrial Revolution, the resources to help make items of the Industrial Revolution, and of course the trade routes to help sell their goods. Both Britain and Russia battled over Muslim lands in Central Asia. This became known as the Great Game. The main country that they battled over was India because of their natural resources. Afghanistan became the center of their struggle. Eventually, Britain retained control over India, and Britain and Russia each signed peace agreements with Afghanistan. Both Russia and Britain wanted to bring Persia under its control. Russia was especially interested in gaining access to the Persian Gulf and the Indian Ocean. Britain was interested in Persia to acquire Afghanistan, to use it as a buffer between India and Russia. In 1857, Persia resisted British demands but was forced to give up all claims to Afghanistan. Britain's interest in Persia increased greatly after the discovery of oil there in 1908. Then, after internal unrest in 1907, Russia and Britain took over the country and divided it into spheres of influence. They exercised economic control over Persia. Egypt and the Suez Canal. The French originally set out to build the Suez Canal in 1859. However, Britain soon became jealous because of the potential impact the shortcut between the Mediterranean and the Red Seas could have on trade with its Indian colony. In 1875, the British wrestled financial control of the Suez Canal away from the French and eventually made all of Egypt a protectorate in 1882. This concludes Age of Imperialism, the Muslim Lands, Vodcast 3. To recap, the aims or objectives of this podcast were to analyze how geopolitics played a role in the interest of Muslim lands and to analyze the importance of the Suez Canal.